external? I mean, just kidding. We always said outside, right?
I said outside. Ready?
You did. Oh, maybe. I'm not ready. Oh,
do.
It helps if you actually don't have it on mute.
And go.
Trace, go.
This is Real Estate Update. Did you know? We're Diamond Realty Associates. I'm Trace.
I'm Dawn.
I'm Erin. Why would I ever know my own name?
Okay, you just about said it again.
It's crazy. To think too hard.
We're all in a sugar coma. We all look like garbage bags today.
This is unfiltered.
This is a 5 o'clock.
I don't think anybody showered this morning.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, not sorry.
So we're going to do an easy podcast today talking about ways to fall in love with our home again.
That's right. Last week we talked about tips for maintenance as we get into the fall, and also efficiency and safety tips.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we did forget to mention last week that's important is if you live in a neighborhood that has some older homes, you might have clay main sewer lines, so you need to get those roots checked every year, and so it's a good time of year to do it before it gets too cold.
And that comes up because?
That comes up because your pipe can get roots in it, and then if it collapses when it's cold, that's a really expensive fix.
Okay, but why did we remember that?
Oh, it was a shower thought.
You just went through this with a client.
Your shower thought. Oh, that's what you meant?
Yeah.
I just went through it with a client.
The shower?
If you're watching the video, you see me get a nice
right? I'm sorry.
Good thing my friend does not listen to this podcast. He's going to think I am thinking of him in the shower.
But you are.
But we just had to do that. We had to get.
I was thinking of the roots.
Okay.
We had to get the roots.
Yes, you have to get the roots checked, and it's something that if you live in an older neighborhood, you should be really maintaining because it's a very expensive fix.
And if you're looking at a house in an older neighborhood, it's a good question to ask. Have they gotten those clay pipes updated?
Yeah, it's about $150 for someone to put a camera scope down there to see if it's full of roots. Sometimes it can be, but maybe it's not compromised, or if you want it cleaned out, they can jet it. Jetting's a really good way because it doesn't compromise the pipe, but it gets everything out, all the little baby roots and everything.
Cool.
And that's like $250.
Yeah, it's $250 if they have to come back. They do the camera and the jetting at the same time. I believe it's $250 total, but it's $250 separate if they have to come back to clean it.
Perfect. Something to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So adding $150 on your inspection if you want to get the roots checked.
Roots. Okay.
So this week, what are we talking about?
Just things to do inside the house, because I feel like now that we're getting into holidays, some people decorate really nice, but sometimes we're just kind of like exhausted with how dirty and homely our house feels. So we're going to talk about some things to do to love our house a little bit more, especially coming into the holidays, and especially if you guys are thinking about eventually selling. Things that you can do that'll also help with just showing the house and staging it kind of yourself, sort of thing.
Well, I know the less I can keep my windows open, the more stale my house feels. Just you can see the dust more, and you just get kind of cabin fever.
Yeah, especially in North Dakota where our winters are 6 months long.
If we're lucky.
Okay, so the first two are kind of hand in hand. Getting organized and doing a really good deep clean. I think getting cleaners in there just to do a couple hours makes a huge difference, because those are things we don't think about. But just like the nooks and crannies make a big difference. Dusting and pulling off some of that sludge in the tub that we forget about because we see it every day. And then organizing that clutter, getting rid of clutter, donating things, selling things on Facebook, really minimalizing a lot of the stuff that we just seem to accumulate over the year, really helps revitalize your house.
And I don't know if it would qualify under organizing, but with the cleaners coming through, you can see more once it's clean. And I think another good thing to do as well is to make sure that the caulking around like your tubs and your shower are still holding that moisture out, because you can get some leaks in there and you won't even know it. So we've had to do ours a couple times a year, so if you haven't done yours in a while, it's probably due. And it's really easy. You just rip up the old caulking and
put down some new.
And then it looks nice and clean again.
Exactly.
And you're not like grossed out by it.
Yeah, it feels like
That's
your bathroom's
smart.
cleaner.
Yeah. What else can we do?
What else can we do? Well, even cleaning like your baseboards and wiping down your cupboards.
Yes.
Or like the window well.
Yep. Your window trim.
Cleaning your blinds, because those will collect dust if you've had your windows and doors open throughout the summer.
It's really important too to clean the window trim, especially like downstairs or in those older houses where like we get a lot of condensation, because you look behind the blinds and a lot of times you can see like that growth growing up along there.
And it's just basically,
it's just not breathing.
It's just moisture that's collected dust. So it's good to keep your blinds open. Don't live like a vampire. Just keep your blinds open. Keep that wind or the air flowing through.
I like to live like a vampire.
Well, you're gonna have wet windows.
Wet windows. You know what's a really nice thing though, and I don't have enough of, are plants in the house.
Yeah, I have a cat. Well, you have a cat. Your cat's gonna eat them.
I can't keep anything alive, so I don't
you have
but
3
it's
dogs.
so good for the air. It's so good for like breathing.
It is. It's really good for you. And there's certain types of plants you can get that are better. They actually clean the oxygen in your house.
Yeah, so you breathe better, it looks better. That's a good way to spruce up your house too.
Get some plants.
What about your outdoor plants? I don't think those
you
are
don't even
surviving.
know what your outdoor plants are.
You have outdoor plants?
My perennials. I was telling Trace last night that my neighbor who goes to Mexico every year, she's like, okay, now Erin, you got to trim down your lilies and your hostas. And I'm like, which one are the lilies again? I just know which ones I get from you. Where did I plant it then?
But yeah, I suppose this is a good time to do some of those things too before it gets too cold.
Yeah, not your perennials, the ones on the ground. Don't dig those and bring them in for the winter. No. But your potted plants, some of them, if you keep them in light, they'll survive. Not mine, but they'll survive.
They probably wouldn't survive at my house either.
I think I just forget about them when I do have them.
Yep. Have them outside?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so if you don't have a jerk cat, you can bring your plants that are outside inside.
And I'm lucky I don't have any plants outside because I killed them all. Even the ones that are supposed to grow back every year. Yeah.
Nothing.
I have rocks.
We'll do better
Rocks
than
are good because you don't have to really do anything to them.
So how about a deep clean? Some people like to spring clean.
I think deep cleaning right before you get into the holidays is the best too, though.
Because you don't have time.
You say you want to come to my house and deep clean? Oh.
I really do like deep cleaning.
Hired.
I like, you just put on some music,
well,
have a beer.
Trace has in her notes, have a beer or two, so we'll just pay Trace in beer.
Yeah,
put on some music.
We'll put on some music, grab some beer, Trace will come.
You just get like really into it when you're deep cleaning and scrubbing things. And
right.
That's my Sunday. My Sunday is always like my cleaning day because then it just starts the week off right. And I feel like that's how we get into the holidays. Start it off right, do a good deep cleaning. Or hire somebody, because we have a cleaning service we use that we really enjoy. When I moved out of my apartment, I almost moved back in after how clean it was. I was like, oh, maybe I do like this place.
Thanks, Prophet.
No, they're good.
Yeah. I really want to, I need to like organize my Tupperware, like my drawers and stuff like
well,
that.
that's a good like decluttering thing when you can like open your closet or your cupboard and be like, oh, I can see everything I need now, and like how many Tupperware are missing lids. And we keep thinking we're gonna match them up one day again.
They're like socks. They're just gone. Just throw them away.
I think the socks and the Tupperware lids take a vacation.
They get stolen by the same gremlin.
Yeah. They run away together.
Well, or even pulling out your silverware organizer and wiping down that drawer. You know, you get dust and hair that collect in those drawers and just.
And I always get like those little bread clips that I just accumulate because I think I'm going to use them one day, and so then I've got to finally throw them away because I need to stop hoarding.
Well, is it an as seen on TV that trim brush that you're supposed to be able to hook up to your vacuum cleaner that's actually supposed to suck things up out of your drawer?
Yeah, it's got
it looks
soft
like little
bristles.
Soft bristles.
Okay, I could use that.
I could use that even for your car too, because you can not pick up change. It actually just picks up dust and particles.
Oh.
Yeah, so I might have to.
That's why I never vacuum my car.
You don't have the bristle thing.
But anyway. So
yeah, do a deep clean in the fall, so then one, you don't have an extra project in the spring, and two, it's nice and beautiful before the holidays.
And if you are listing around this time of year, this is the perfect time to start decorating because those houses show so much better, and it really helps people envision what it looks like to live in that home.
And you may not be getting as many buyers through, but the ones you're getting are serious, especially when the snow starts accumulating.
Yeah. Yeah. We had somebody just call us today, just a few minutes ago, who's like, I really want to buy this. We got to go now. We got to look now. So they're trying to move before the winter. And so some people are making moves.
Yeah, exactly. There's always buyers out there.
Another thing we can do that's simple to love your home again is a fresh coat of paint, even if it's just like an accent wall or like a door. I know my clients really want to paint their front door kind of like a bright color to really stand out. maybe not right now.
Or a bathroom.
A bathroom.
You know, changing a bathroom's paint color can really bring some life to it.
Yeah, if you're getting kind of bored and with your same neutral colors, maybe change it up a little bit. Dawn has a bright orange wall.
Dawn's favorite color.
I think it'd be really weird if I painted all of that.
All orange?
Strange. Like, no, to go back neutral.
Oh,
yeah. You know, like to neutralize. My mom actually just painted her kitchen, and she took it from, like, she had a kind of a darker red where a backsplash would be, so she painted it, and then she actually did the peel-in stick.
Oh, backsplash,
and it looks amazing.
It's a whole new room.
Yeah, and that's like an easy thing to do.
It brightened it up, yeah.
Just that backsplash. That's super smart. Or like just changing your backsplash or tile.
Well, and you can do your own backsplash for like $500. You know, I wouldn't automatically recommend it if you don't have a wet saw, which we did not.
I have them.
Yeah, there's like 4 people I know that have one now that we already did the project.
Should ask.
But someone will charge you about $2,000, but you can get it done in like a day.
Well,
and my husband and I are not handy.
And remember our one clients who did their own backsplash with the wood? They just had like all these little cutout pieces of wood that they like chevron together.
Adorable.
It was
and they
so
sold their
cute.
house in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, they showed really well.
But people, you know, are looking for that backsplash now, even if it is a peel-in stick or... The only one that I've seen that I was like, what is this? Is fabric. Because that's, somebody
that
put
wouldn't
fabric
last
on
in
that.
a kitchen.
Well, exactly, because you're going to get it wet.
Can you throw it in the wash?
I know. I'm like, do you just have extra cut out already so you can just
swap
throw
it
it away?
Well, and that's a good tidbit about backsplash, which we may talk in a future subject. But get one that's durable and you need to, what's that stuff you put over it? Come on, Menards.
What are you talking about?
The stuff to seal it.
Oh, like, obviously, like a grout sealer.
Yeah, put a grout sealer on it because you're going to have grease and dirt and stuff flying in your kitchen. So.
Yep. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm a messy cook.
Me too.
Well, and we got a backsplash. The mosaic tile is really porous, so you want to actually put that sealer on before you do your grout because it took a heck of a time to scrub that grout out of our the little pockets of that mosaic tile.
Oh, I would have never thought of that.
I didn't either, and it was a pain in the butt.
You're so smart.
So if you ever want to learn how to tile, you
learn
can come
from our
help
mistakes.
me next year when I peel all the tile out of my shower.
She has a wet saw.
I do. It'll be fun.
So furniture, what's a really easy way to, you know, touch up your living room? We did it like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, moving everything around. You totally changed it.
We have laminate flooring, and it took 2 seconds. I said, Tim, I want it this way. And he first argued, and then he said, nope, this does look better. And he agreed.
And sometimes you just have to do it. I know with my living room, I had to change my stuff around a couple times. Because you can't really envision it until you've moved it.
Right.
But then it actually worked out better than I thought it would, just pushing it across the room to the other side.
And sometimes you just need that change.
Yeah.
Well, and that gives you time, too. If you do have carpet, to vacuum underneath.
Yep.
You know.
So many dog toys.
Wiping down your baseboard at that point. Yep. Cat toys.
Pens. All the pens I've ever been missing end up under there. But that's easy. Or even just getting like a new piece of furniture, like an ottoman or a new coffee table or something.
Or move stuff around.
Yeah.
We move something from a bedroom into the living room and it fits great.
Stuff you don't really think about. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what about windows? You can clean them, but you can also give them a facelift by doing what?
We can do window treatments. Or even just adding like an extra bolt curtain. I did that in my bedroom because I had those patio doors. And they're so long. So I added like an accent curtain that really helped make it feel more like a bedroom and less like a, I don't know, it was weird having a patio walkout in my bedroom.
Yeah. Well, and I love, if you don't want to go as crazy as painting a room, like I love teal, but I wouldn't really want to paint a room teal. So I got teal curtains that match now my teal couch. So it pulls together, but it's not crazy. And I can change those out if I want instead of having to repaint.
Are you saying teal is crazy because I have teal in my bedroom?
She said she likes it.
I said I like it.
Teal.
I have
just not too much.
lots of teal and orange.
I have no
it's like you live in an
colors.
Easter egg.
I do.
Dawn,
It
so
goes together.
adventurous.
Lighting's a really good way to update for cheap.
That we don't think about, that our light bulbs are getting dim or that they don't really go anymore.
Or even the fixtures. Fixtures get outdated after a few years.
The Einstein ones, I'm totally into those Einstein lights.
Einstein lights are very durable, but make sure you have backup lighting because they're not very bright. So you could give your house like kind of a dungeon look if you don't have recessed lighting.
So adding lamps or changing up just what kind of lighting you have.
Or changing the light fixture that's in your entryway. I've seen people do that and made the house look completely different.
And we always say this, we eat with our eyes, so that first impression makes a huge difference when you have somebody walking into your house, how they're greeted with that light, whether it's like a really great fixture or something that stands out. I've walked into houses with like really terrible like chandeliers in the entryway, and you're just automatically put off by that.
Your
so that's
immediate
just something to keep
first
in mind.
impression.
Yeah.
Well,
Any inexpensive upgrades someone could do? I think appliances, you know, in the scheme of things, appliances aren't all that expensive, but get a nice stainless steel set, really update your kitchen.
And that'll really help you like fall in love with that kitchen again. If you just really want it, just do it. If you're going to be in the house for a couple more years, enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, if that's a commitment, this is your next 5-year home, maybe update that laminate to quartz. You might not get dollar for dollar back if you sold it next year, but you know, you're going to enjoy it during the meantime.
And I think that's something that holds people back a lot of times is they're like, well, how is this going to resell down the road? But ultimately, you're living in the home right now, and you do want to love it and enjoy it.
Well, and there's 2 ways to consider. So there's resale value of dollar for dollar, which a lot of things you won't get dollar for dollar for. But there's also the attractiveness factor of your competition in the neighborhood. So does your next door neighbor, who is also for sale, have upgraded laminate flooring, or do they have quartz countertop and backsplash? They may be the same house. You may not get, you know, the $5,000 more, but you will sell before then, which means savings for you.
But think about the twin homes that we're dealing with.
Right.
We have an updated, you know, like we bought the central, and it's a little bit bigger, and it's the house next to them, the other part of the twin house, wasn't as upgraded, but it was prettier. Like it just looked better. They had a little bit more in
Cosmetic stuff.
And people are so visual.
Yeah, and so they ended up selling already, and then our upgraded home, which has like central and a couple more perks to it, is still just kind of sitting there because it is a little bit more outdated. And that's sometimes hard for buyers to like look past when they're walking into it. So that's something to keep in mind too, is you might not have as much as your neighbor does as far as like square footage or whatever, but if you can still be appealing to the eye and really like, you know, help them envision themselves in that home, that'll make a big difference too.
Yeah, the majority of buyers out there are very visual. So investing in those things that, like you said, may not get dollar for dollar back, you're going to be the best cookie in the box.
They did say front doors, though, get the most dollar for dollar value.
Really? And probably curb appeal too.
Yeah, that's huge. Well, I heard it from a doors and windows guy, so it might have been a biased
Check your
statistic.
sources.
But
he's like, and the windows. The windows you get dollar for dollar.
Well, haven't you had a client that you pull up to a house they want to look at, and they look at the outside and they're like, oh, I don't even want to go in?
Absolutely. I've had that happen. They're like, this did not look like it did on the pictures.
No.
And we didn't go in.
Yep.
But we've had people walk into the house and love it even more because they're like, well, the pictures were great, but it's even better being inside here. So there's always that too. Those homeowners definitely loved their home, and the buyers could see that when they walked in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and sometimes the pictures aren't even the best. So,
which is why we do professional photos. Yeah. Because it makes a difference.
It makes a difference.
Hashtag plug for Diamond.
What else, guys? What do we have going on?
Well, it's officially Thanksgiving month.
It's officially November, and I'm just very grateful the snow's not on the ground yet, so I will enjoy fall as long as possible.
We had a really good Halloween.
Yes,
it's not bitter cold.
Beautiful weather.
I still have a ton of candy, like, that I didn't give away.
I officially hid my son's candy.
Yikes.
Well, that's good.
I
officially hid from the trick-or-treaters.
Oh, we should have come to your house.
We should have.
I wanted to answer the door.
I could hear Ty stuffing his pockets with candy before school this morning.
Oh, funny.
But maybe he's sharing it, not eating it all.
Sure. So now that we're officially in November month, get that deep cleaning done. You got 2 weeks before our holiday craziness hits.
Yes, do it now. We have good references if you want to know who our cleaner is. They're great.
It's that perfect window before, oh, it's too cold, I just want to sit with a blanket and...
Yeah. And we still have good weather right now, so this is a really good time to do that deep cleaning.
So today.
Just like spring. Oh, it was frosty today.
Just like do it tomorrow.
Okay. All right, who are we as a team?
Dawn.
Dawn? Are you guys from New Jersey? Yes, we are. We are a crazy, good, fun, loving team.
She looks like she's reading it on her phone.
I am. We are outstanding
My name
at
is
customer
Dawn.
service. We're here for our customers. We're here to educate them and help them from start to finish. You don't get passed along the food chain between us, so unless one of us is really busy.
Who's the top of our food chain?
I don't know.
Who's the bottom?
I don't know. We don't have it. We just help each other out when we need to, if we have to.
We don't nickel and dime our buyers for transaction fees or marketing fees or anything like that. We provide extra services to our sellers that come out of our commission. So we do the professional photos. We do offer cleaning or like a pre-home inspection to really help set the tone for our sale. We know what to expect, sort of thing. So we definitely put our clients first. We're not trying to take everything we can from them. We give back as much as we can to our clients.
Absolutely. So if you want to know more about us, and clearly we're kind of weird by the podcast you've been listening to, but find us on Facebook. Diamond Realty Associates is our Facebook page. We have an email, or we have a website, Buy Sell FM Homes. That is also our email address at Gmail. But yeah, come find us. We have events going on every once in a while and tidbits of information on there to help you be a solid buyer or seller. So, we'll see you on the flip side. Flippity flip.
Oh, God.
Pitter patter.
And as always, stay classy, FM. Flippity flip.
Flippity flip. It's kind of like that witch under the house. My sister's really good at flipping houses and then the I don't know if you saw that gift the other day.
No.
Sisters?
Bad.
It was pretty funny. So, anyway.